Hello and welcome to another episode of my Declutter series. I believe this is going to be episode number 2. And as you can see, we are covering bronzers and contour. And we're specifically doing cream and liquid because this is out of control. I honestly didn't realize how many I had of cream and liquid. I do prefer cream and liquid, especially for contour, but this is out of hand. So definitely need to declutter a lot of this. This is gonna be challenging for me. So the powder, bronzers, and contours will be in a separate video. Fortunately for me, there's not as many. Yeah, so let's get started. Now, before we get started with the liquid and cream contour and bronzers, I did want to mention I did find these 3 highlighters as I was going through. I keep my Nudestix separate because I have quite a few, so I do keep them in a separate drawer, and I forgot to include these. I am keeping all of these. As you can see, I have the minis. I prefer the minis and the Nudestix just because I have a lot and they're perfect. So they're perfect size. They're great for travel. So I did just want to include them in here really quick. Here they are. Here are the swatches. So this is Bubbly Bebe. This is Hey Honey, and this is Euphoria. Euphoria is my favorite because it's special. Like, I love wearing that one if I'm wearing it going out. Bubbly Bebe is probably my second. Hey Honey is probably my least favorite of the 3 just because it is a little darker, but I love all 3. Again, the little minis are great for travel. So if you want Nudestix, I would definitely recommend getting the minis. Okay, so keeping on that theme, we're gonna move over to these 3 minis that are the Nudestix bronzers that I have. Again, I have 3. I did have a big one of the Bondi Bay and the Terracotta Tan, but again, I decluttered them because I have such a big collection and I prefer the minis, so I prefer taking these on vacation. So this is gonna be Terracotta Tan. And I have a whole video on my Nudestix collection and all the swatches. So if you are interested in any of them, I have quite a few blushes. I would refer to you, go to that video. That's Bondi Bay. And then this next one is Sunkissed. Sunkissed is kind of like a ready. This one I probably use more as a blush than as a bronzer, but it can be used as both. Bondi Bay is probably the one that I use the most. Terracotta Tan is one that I will use when I have like a fake tan or a regular tan, but it's usually a fake tan. So, but those are the 3. So that's Sunkissed, Bondi Bay, and Terracotta Tan, and obviously I am keeping these. Okay, so looking at these, I'm gonna start with 2 that I know I am keeping. I have 2 of the shades for the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. This is the Fair. It is the Beautiful Skin Sunkissed Glow Bronzer. So that's the one Fair. This is the 2 Medium. I actually like the Fair quite a bit. I've probably have a pretty good dent in this one. The Medium one is great too, but this is a really beautiful contour as well. So you can see here, so this is the Fair. It blends out beautifully. What I love about them is that they're waterproof. So once they're on, they don't budge. Once they set, they don't budge. So that's the 2 Medium. It's beautiful. What I also do, and I can do this for both of them, is I can use this as an eyeshadow base. So you can use this as an eyeshadow base to kind of give it a little bit of contour, and also it will set down your eyeshadow so that it sets and it doesn't go anywhere. So I do that a lot on vacation, especially when we're cruising. So the Fair is definitely the one I like the most, but I am definitely keeping both of these. Okay, next up is this one from Soul Body, and this is the Medium. It is the Face and Body Bronzing Balm. One thing I love about this one is it smells amazing. It just smells amazing. It smells like coconut. It smells like vacation in a pan. It's amazing. However, I never reach into this. I bought this. I heard so many good things about it. Like, I can smell it from here, but it is, I've reached into it. It's so buttery. Now you can use this all over your face, on your body. And I really thought I was going to use it. It's super creamy, a really great product. I just never reached for it. I probably should have gotten a lighter shade as well. I can definitely make this one work, but this one is definitely, and it can sheer out, like you can sheer this out, but I just don't reach into it. So this is one I'm gonna declutter. It stings just because it smells so good and it is really a good product, but again, I just don't reach into it. Okay, so I'm gonna try and stick with the cream products at first. So let's move to this one from Merit. It is the Merit Bronze Balm. I think it's very small. I have the shade Clay. This is a really good product. And again, it's one that, it's not my favorite. It's a little sheer. And because Merit is just, it's a very, you know, kind of sheer natural product. I keep my Merit products in kind of this little to-go bag on the go. It's great. I just never reach into it. And it's still good. And with all this collection, I have some other bronze and sticks that I think I like more. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile because I do really like it. But looking at the rest of my collection, I think this is gonna be one that I declutter. But I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile for now. Okay, next up we have this one from M Cosmetics. This is the So Soft Terra. Their cream products are amazing. I also have one of their blushes. I believe it's Venetian Rose. It's just so good. And this is a beautiful cream bronzer. So this one I'm definitely keeping. So I love the shade of this one. It blends out. So as you can see, while some of these have a little bit more of an orange tint, this is definitely more neutral. These are more warm leaning. So this one has definitely a unique shade as opposed to the other ones. Again, this is the So Soft Terra from M Cosmetics. This one I'm definitely keeping. And then a very similar product to that is this one from Persona. This one is Dune. I picked this one up in a 21 Days of Beauty sale, I believe, probably spring of last year. So I've had it for almost a year. I really like it. It's a beautiful, now obviously you can see it's a very different color than the one from M Cosmetics, but it's very similar to the one from Merit. And Merit still is just, it's more balmy. So it's a bronze balm. So it doesn't really dry down as much as where the other ones do. And I don't really like the balm. So probably talking myself into decluttering the one from Merit, but the Persona one, it's very warm. Again, this is the shade Dune, really pretty. I like this one so much that I ended up picking up 2 of the blushes in, I believe it was a 21 Days of Beauty sale as well, because I just like this formula. It's very easy to blend out, gorgeous shade. So, but I am keeping the one from Persona as well. Okay, so let's move to these ones from Milk Makeup. So this is my original baked. This is the original size. This was 1 ounce. This is, you're not getting through this. I mean, I've had this one forever. I've used it a lot. It kind of smells like Play-Doh, but I still have quite a bit left. And I've had this thing forever and I've used it a lot. So this one is probably expired. So this one I am decluttering, but I'll go ahead and swatch this one. So this is the shade Baked. I don't remember what the price of these were, but they had, this was the original size, and then they came out with the minis. Well, now the minis, as you can see here, I have 3. These are now full size because I think that probably the minis were just selling more because this was a lot of product. This seems, I know a lot of people, I was reading the reviews on this before as I was preparing for this video. A lot of people were saying that these, you know, it's not a lot of product, but when I tell you that it lasts a long time. So, cause I used this one, this was like the sole bronzer. This was my first cream bronzer and this one I used a lot. So that's the Baked. It still is, I mean, I've had it for 4 years probably. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I'm going to declutter this one just because it is expired. And let's go ahead. I'm going to clean off my arm here and then I'm gonna swatch the 3 that I have. Okay, so as you can see, I have 2 of the bronzers. I did get the mini of the Baked and then I have the Days. So this is the Days and this is the Bake. The Bake is brand new. Now this is pretty brand new too. You can see how this one is all kind of goopy at the top. That's not because I've had it for a while. It is because a lot of people are having this issue with this product is that they come with these little like caps on them. And if it, for some reason, a lot of times it's getting stuck. So mine had a little product stuck, not a big amount. It was just kind of that top half layer, but not a lot. So I was able to salvage most of it, but that is a problem. And if you look at Sephora reviews, a lot of people are having that. So I took off the cap completely. I believe the cap is supposed to help keep it fresh, but I took it off because I don't want to have that problem. So that's baked, and this is Days. Days is a little bit lighter. So this is the baked, this is Days. So I'm gonna keep both of them. The one thing I do like is the size. I think the size is phenomenal. Now these are 0.19 ounces. This one was 1 ounce. These are 0.19 ounces. I believe this one was $36. These are $24. So I would say for these, now I think they're worth $24. I think you will, there's a lot more product in here than you think because a little goes a long way, but you can also wait for a sale, or sometimes they have kits. That's where I've kind of picked up these. I think I picked up these two together. So again, so that's baked, that's Days. Days is the lighter one, and I believe is a newer shade. And then they came out with the Sculpt. So this is the Sculpt stick, and this is the shade Stoke. And you can see here, so I recently got this one, and again, the first one I got, I had to return. I got it from Sephora. They replaced it because the first, pretty much a half of it chunk came off, and I was not, especially paying, you know, full price for it, or even just buying it new. You should get it, it should be good. So this one is more of a contour. So you can see the difference here where these are bronzers, these are contour. I purchased this, I really like this because it does have more of that contour shade, where I have used the baked as contour and it's really not a contour shade. This one is definitely a contour. So I'm anxious to get to use this. I haven't, I've had these not too long, but obviously they're new. I haven't used them yet, but I am keeping all three. I love the mini size, especially with my collection because they don't take up a lot of room. But again, these are the two bronzers, baked and Dazed, and then this is the Sculpt stick in Stoked. Okay, now I have a couple products that are brand new to me. They were sent to me in PR and I just haven't had a chance to use them. I've swatched them, but I haven't had a chance to use them, and I've been wanting to. So I will not be decluttering any of these today. However, with both of these, I will probably be, this one from Yensa and then these two from Rose Inc. I will definitely not be keeping both. I will probably, once I do a video, I will declutter one of them, but I'm not going to be decluttering them today. So I'm going to be putting one of them, at least one of them, in the declutter pile, but just know that that could change. And so these two are from Yensa. This is the Silk Bronzing Base. I have the shade Sunlit Glow and Sunrise Glow. I believe Sunlit Glow is the lighter one, and then Sunrise Glow is the little bit darker. So let's take a look. And actually I'm wrong. So Sunrise Glow is lighter, and then Sunlit Glow is a little bit darker. So this is Sunlit Glow, and it is non-existent. Now it's a bronzing base. So I don't know if this is, I've read about it and it says like you're supposed to apply it like bronzer, but I don't know if you're supposed to put it all over your face. Just, I don't know. So this is going to be too light. So this is one I'm definitely going to declutter, because if you're supposed to just put it all over your face I'm just not going to do that. So this one I'm definitely decluttering. And then this is Sunlit Glow, and this shade is a little bit better. I don't know if I'm going to keep either of these once I do my review, because this isn't really a product that I think I will use. Again, very, very sheer. I think they're made to use like as a base because it is a bronzing base, but it doesn't state to use it all over your face. So I'm going to do some more research on it, but I am going to put these both in the declutter pile for now, because the chances are I will probably declutter them after I do a video. Okay, moving on to the other two that I received. These are from Rose Inc. This is Parrot Cake. Now, every time I go to open it, I go to open it like up, but it's a twist off. So it's kind of, you know, surprising. So this is Parrot K, and then the other one I have is Kawaii, I believe that's how it's pronounced. And this one is a little darker. So these seem to be really pretty. I'm not sure which one I will keep. I will probably keep one of them because I do think they seem like a really great cream product. So that is Parrot K. And then here we go with Kawaii. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to keep. I'm going to put, for now, I'm going to put Parrot K in the declutter pile because, like I said, I am only going to keep one of them, but I just don't know which one. I will decide once I do my video, but I think it's a really good product. It's very, very creamy, blends out, seems to already be drying down pretty nicely. So I'm actually really excited about these. They're really pretty, and they actually sent me both these shades, and they sent me a brush to go with them. So anxious to try both of these and do a video about it. Okay, I'm going to finish off with the creams, and we're going to start with this one from LYS Beauty. This is Motivate. It is the No Limits Cream Bronzer. I love this bronzer. I originally had, this is the lightest shade, Motivate. It comes in 5 shades. It's like 20 bucks. It's not that expensive. I originally had the second shade, and it actually was a little too dark for me. So I was able to exchange it for Motivate, and it's perfect. I absolutely love it. It's really great though to contour your nose as well if you wanted to. Obviously it's more of a bronzer shade than a contour, but it's really creamy, easy to blend. I can use a brush, I can use a sponge. It's just a really great bronzer. So, and it's such a great price. I do have a promo code with LYS for 20% off. I'll put it below, but I also have a page because the promo code does change every month. So my promo codes are only valid for 30 days. So it does change every month. It's usually LYS, whatever month it is, and the year. So right now, LYS January 24 would be my promo code. And then if you're watching this later on, try whatever month and then the year, because that's usually what my promo code is. But Motivate, really great. I love this, and it's a really great bronzer. Okay, next we're going to go to this one from Illamasqua. This one is it's a gel sculpt. This is in the shade Silhouette. This I got through FabFitFun. This little thing right here is what I was talking about for the Milk Makeup, except this one is better. This is like a gel sculpt. I really like this. I got this through FabFitFun. I never would have picked it, but there was just nothing in the category that I liked. But it's such a unique bronzer. It is a gel. I have used this quite a bit. It blends out, but you can kind of see it's very sheer. So it gives you a color, but it's just very, very natural looking. I really, really like this. Now, with that said, looking at my collection, do I need it? Because when I use a bronzer, I tend to use stuff that is on sale. And this is something that you can buy, but it's not a brand that is easy to purchase. So I am going to put this in the maybe pile because I think I might be able to declutter it and give it to someone that can really get good use out of it. I think this is a really great bronzer for someone that's new to bronzer or new to cream bronzer because it's such a unique formula. But I have so many, I'm torn because I do really like it. I do use it, but when I don't use it for videos very often because it's not something that's easily to purchase. So it's not something I can really link in videos. So I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile for now, but I'm probably going to declutter it. Okay, next up I have this one from KKW Beauty, which doesn't even exist anymore. This is a dark contour. I honestly didn't even know I had this in my drawer. It's a dark contour. It's on both sides, so it's a contour on both sides. It's dark 1, dark 2. I don't even know why I have this, to be honest. So there's the dark 1, there's the dark 2. It's actually not bad, but again, just if for no other reason, I mean, the original one, I had the one that had the highlighter on one side and the contour on the other. That thing was crap. It didn't blend out at all. This one was actually a little bit better. I probably got this when they were closing out and they were selling out, and I probably got it on clearance because I like a good deal. And then it's been in the back of a drawer. So this is definitely getting decluttered. They don't make it anymore. It's actually not bad, but it's just, there's no reason to keep it. Okay, moving on, I've got 3 more cream products. These 2 are new to me as well. These are from Uoma by Sharon, Uoma Beauty by Sharon C. This is the drugstore version of Uoma Beauty. This was originally exclusive only to their website and Walmart. You can now get these at CVS as well. Again, this was one of those things where I purchased a bunch of products to make a video and I have yet to make the video. Just other products come up, but this is a really great brand. I actually tried a lot of their products when they first came out. So I did purchase these. These are $12 each. However, if you go on the Walmart website and you purchase directly from Walmart online, you can get them for $6 a piece a lot of times. And even if they're in store and they're full price in store, you could purchase them online, pick it up, and still get it for $6. So a lot of times they're on sale. So I would say I think I picked these up at $6 a piece on sale. But again, even at $12, I think they're a good price. Now this is, there's 2 shades. So there's 4 shades total. I have 2 of them. This is, so it's the Flawless IRL bronzer. This is the shade Shady, and this is the lightest shade. And this is the shade that I like. It is, this is one of the shades it's a really pretty light bronzer, but it is very, very fair. And then the other shade I have is the On Point. And this one, it looks really pretty in the pan, but when you put it on, it's a little orangey. So I am, again, these are 2 that I'm going to be keeping in the meantime because I'm going to be making this video. However, I'm going to say that I'll probably end up decluttering both of them. This one is a little too light for me. I do really like this one. This one might be a maybe. I might end up keeping this one after I do the video. And then this one's a definite no. This one is just too orange. Unless I put it on and it looks amazing, I'm going to say I'm going to declutter these both. The formula is really great. I do have 2 of their cream blushes as well that I'm going to be using and reviewing. But I'm going to say I'm going to declutter both of these. However, I don't think it's a bad product. I think just the shade is a little bit off on the second shade. There's 2 more shades. I'm curious about those. But again, this video should be coming up shortly. Now I have 1 more cream product left. This is from LA Girl. This is the Velvet Bronzer Contour Stick. As you see, I have a lot of drugstore products, and I purchased a lot of these for a video that I'm doing to try to find dupes for the Hollywood Contour Wand. So that's the reason why I have so many dupes or drugstore versions of the Contour Wand or just liquid versions of it. This is the only one that I purchased that is a cream for the video, but I'm gonna take a look at it. Again, I am keeping this one, but because for that video has not been shot yet. It's one of those things I am very ambitious and then I forget. But I will probably declutter it. Anything I say I'm decluttering, I'm going to be keeping until that video. So this one, it's a really pretty formula. I really like LA Girl, but the shade is just, well, it's definitely not a contour stick for sure. It's definitely not contour. It's a very reddish brown. It's just not, this is not something I'm going to keep. It's a really pretty, it's actually a pretty bronzer because it's not orange. It's kind of that reddish brown, and that's kind of hard to find sometimes in a bronzer. Really pretty formula. Again, I am going to declutter this one just because I have other products that I just like more, and I won't keep this one. But I do think this is a really, I mean, this is like $4. So if you can get this for $4, and sometimes you can even get LA Girl on sale, I think it's a really great product for that price if you're not going to be purchasing stuff, you know, on the higher end of the spectrum. Okay, now we're going to move on to the liquid products. So those were the cream. Now we're going to move on to the liquid bronzers. Now this is not a liquid bronzer. This is the e.l.f. Halo Liquid Filter. This is in the shade, I believe it's 4. No, sorry, this is shade 6. I did a video with all of them, comparing them to the Hollywood Flawless filter. And I kept this one because I really liked it as a contour and as a bronzer. So that is kind of how I have been using it. It's actually pretty good as a bronzer. It's a really nice liquid bronzer. I love this applicator for that. So it's really nice. I used it a lot in the beginning. I haven't been using it lately, But if you're looking for a liquid bronzer that's a pretty neat shade and goes on really nicely, and you know, I think this is like $14 full price, and you get a lot of product. I mean, you get a little over 1 fluid ounce. It's actually a pretty bronzer. It's not made for that, but it works for that. I am going to declutter it just because I haven't been using it lately, and there's other products that I use that I like, but I do really like it for that purpose. Okay, next up is this one from Moira. This is the contour, let's see, it is the Face Sculpt Liquid Contour. This is in the shade 100 Fair Light. This is amazing. This thing is so good. I did a full video on Moira Cosmetics. I love it. It is a true liquid contour. The shade is perfect. Even though it's fair, it's just, I wear this all the time. I absolutely love it. I love the applicator. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. The price is amazing. It is probably my favorite or one of my favorite liquid contours. So if you do, the thing with Moira is you do have to place like an order to get, like a larger order to get some free shipping. But if you pick up anything, pick up this. I don't remember how much it is, but it's reasonable and it's great. I just absolutely love it. Okay, now let's take a look at the 2 Hollywood contour wands. I have both shades. I have fair medium and I have medium dark. These are probably expired. I've had them for a while. I have not repurchased. I love these products. I love these products. They're fantastic. However, I have not repurchased them because there's some other ones that I really like. So you can see this is not good. So this is the fair medium. I'm gonna put this on. This is my favorite shade. The medium dark is too dark for me, but I can make it work. It was just that this one was out of stock for a while. So that's the fair medium. The medium dark, I'm definitely never repurchasing just because I don't need it. I'm going to be keeping them because I'm going to be doing that video. I can make the shade work, but it's too deep for me. The fair medium is perfect. You can see it's very, very similar to the Moira as far as shade is concerned. This one is definitely deeper, too deep for me. These are fantastic. I love them. However, I haven't used them in a while because I've been using other products. That Moira I've been using a lot. So I am going to be working on a video on the dupes. Unlike the Spotlight, where I don't think there's that many good dupes for that, I think there's better dupes, or there's good dupes for the Hollywood contour wand. So these I am putting in the declutter pile because these are not going in my active, like I don't use these anymore. These are expired. I'm using them only for the video. I will declutter them after that, and I will eventually repurchase the fair medium because I do really like it, but I will wait for a sale. I won't repurchase just when I throw this one out. I will repurchase when when there's a sale because I don't need it. There's other ones that I like and maybe like a little more. Okay, moving on to the other ones that I really like, and these are the ones that I might even like even more. It is the Tarte Sculpt Tape. So this is the contour. I think they have 7 or 8 shades if I remember correctly. I have the soft bronze and the cool bronze. The soft bronze is the lightest shade. My favorite is the cool bronze. So this is the soft bronze. These are fantastic. While the blushes are left something to be desired, that's the soft bronze. The Sculpt Tape contour wands are fantastic. They blend out fantastic. I like this shade. This is the fair medium for Charlotte Tilbury. This is the cool bronze. So it's just a little bit deeper. And I like the soft bronze too. I purchased both of them to do a video. I have a video, I'll link it at the top corner or at the bottom, and you can watch that video. I think these are fantastic. I absolutely love them. Worth the money. Tarte always has a sale. I think they're $35 full price, but Tarte always has a sale. A lot of times at least 20%, if not 30 or 40, and you can get these at 40% off. At 40% off, they're a steal and they're fantastic. So that's the soft bronze, that's the cool bronze, but they even have more shades, whereas Charlotte Tilbury only has 2 shades. They have like 7 or 8. These are fantastic, and I'm going to be keeping both. However, once I finish up soft bronze, I will probably stick with the cool bronze to be my shade. Okay, next up, we're gonna go to the Revolution Pro because I'm gonna start washing my hands off, and this is probably one of the best dupes. I think the Tarte is is the best alternative to the Charlotte Tilbury, and maybe even a little bit better. They come in light, medium, and dark. There's only 3 shades. I have light and medium. These are probably the closest, very similar, just like everything in Revolution Pro, everything is very similar. So the applicator's very similar, the shades are, you know, just the whole concept of it. So this is the light. Now the shades are not as good. So that's the light. It's definitely more of, it's called Goddess Glow Cream Contour and Bronzer. It's not my favorite shade. That is the light. And here is the medium. So these I think are probably the best dupe as far as formula. However, they're just not, you can see the shade, very, very different in shade. It's not as good as the blushes or the highlighters. They're just not as good quality. I think they're pretty good, but just not comparable. So after I make that video, I am definitely going to be decluttering these. And one more from Revolution. This is their super dewy formula. This is their liquid bronze. This is the shade Fair to Light. And I really like this. I like this in the blush. Again, this is one I will be decluttering once I make that video, just because I don't see myself using it. But it's actually a pretty good product. And if you see as comparison to the Goddess Glow, this is definitely a better shade. So this is the Fair to Light. Definitely a better shade. I like it better than the Goddess Glow. It's very creamy, except I don't see myself using a liquid like that. I guess I could use it with a sponge, or maybe even a brush. But if this is maybe the application where you want it, where you don't want it with a sponge, then this might be something to look into. So I think it's a really great alternative. I am putting it in my declutter pile because I will be getting rid of it once I make that video, but I do think it is a very good, affordable alternative. Okay, so the rest I have are also drugstore. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna probably be decluttering all of these, but we'll go through them really quick. Now, I did do a video on hard candy. I'm gonna include these in that video for the dupes video, but this is the Face Off Bronze. I liked the blushes. I thought they were an interesting, these are just a weird color. This is the shade Sweet Tea. This one is not too bad. These I think would be better kind of like a nude blush than a bronzer. Like that one's not so bad. That one is actually kind of like a bronzer. They have a little sheen to them. This is the shade Honey Glaze. This one is just not, it's just a weird shade. It's actually a really pretty blush, but it's a little orangey. So not my favorite. I will be decluttering these. I just don't use them. I don't think they're a bad product. I don't necessarily think they're great for bronzer, but I could see you using them as like a nude blush. Okay, moving on, we're gonna look at these two from Flower Beauty. These came out, I think, last year. They are the Lowlight Liquid Contour. Everybody went crazy for them because they're like the dupe for Charlotte Tilbury. They're not good. They're not good at all, and they have dried out. This one actually, this shade wasn't bad. This was the light. This shade, if I remember correctly, wasn't bad, but they've dried out and they've gotten like patchy. So they weren't bad when I first got them, but they're just, and it's not the applicator, it's the product. So they're just not good. So I do not recommend these. The product is, I mean, and that's not the applicator because I did go through these before I started the video. That's the light. And then the medium one, I want to say was orange if I remember correctly. Yeah, this one is like super orange. But again, they've like dried out. I did use the medium or the light one for a while, but they're bad. Just don't get these. They're bad. Okay, now we'll look at the ones from Milani. These are the Liquid Contour Conceal and Perfect. I have 2 shades. I believe they came in 3. I have 1 and 2. So I have 1 is honey and then 2 is ginger. These are actually pretty good. These I actually liked. The applicator is just like the one with e.l.f. where you can't close it, but I've had these for a while. Look at that. I mean, I've had these these came out shortly after the the Flower Beauty. Look how that, it's beautiful. It's still beautiful. These blend out really nicely. I think they're very good. They're small, they're great, but again, not really good for travel because you can't close that. So if you have anything that kind of goes like that on them, you're going to have it, you know, product everywhere. So even though they're compact, they're not great for travel for that reason. This is the shade Ginger. This one is not as good. I actually liked the Honey a little bit better. This one, it's not a bad shade, not necessarily a great shade for me. I will probably declutter these because I think there's a lot of good use in these. Unlike the Flower Beauty that I'm just trashing, these I can give to somebody that will be able to use them and play around with them and get some good use, because I do think they have some good life in them. But I do think these are really great contour, you know, liquid contour at the drugstore. And then we'll look at the 3 from e.l.f. These are the Halo Glow Beauty Wands. These are the contour. So I have 3 shades. I can't remember. I think these came out like in 7, or maybe, I don't remember how many they came out in the contour, but I have Fair Light, Light Medium, and then Medium Tan. Maybe it came out in 5. But anyway, I have 3 shades. So I have them. The one that's like the true contour, I remember being the Fair Light. I did like these. I did like these a lot. The blushes I remember are hit and miss. The Fair Light is definitely like a true contour because it's like this gray tone. I've actually used this one quite a bit. I do like it. I haven't used it as much since I got the one from Moira, but I do really like this. It is very fair, but it's a really pretty contour. Then this is the one that is the light medium. The rest are more bronzy than contour. So this is the light medium. This is the number 2 shade. So it's still pretty, but it's definitely not, it's definitely warmer, not that gray tone like the Fair Light. And then we'll move on to the one that is the medium tan. This is the 3rd shade. And everybody went crazy for these when they first came out. They were hard to find. And yeah, I think they're great. I think they're good. To be honest, I like the ones from Milani better. I do like the ones from Milani better. I think the shades are better. The light shade is definitely, if you want a good contour and you're fair, then that fair to light one is very good from e.l.f. These 2 are pretty. They're pretty. I kind of like the ones from Milani though more. So just depends. I think they're very similar in quality. You know, definitely not dupes for Charlotte Tilbury, even though that's kind of looking like it. But I think they're a good option at the drugstore. And then there were 2. So this is the interesting. These are both concealers. So these were talked about from other people as far as good dupes for the Charlotte Tilbury wands, but they're concealers. So we're going to take a look at them, and I think they're actually pretty good. So this is the one from LA Girl. This is the Pro Conceal High HD High Definition Concealer in the shade Toast. And you'll see here it's got a great, honestly, I like this applicator probably the best. It's a good, I mean, it's made to be a concealer. It is not made to be a contour or a bronzer. However, with that said, it's a really great product. So really great. These are like $4. You can't beat that. I think this is, I'm going to put it in the declutter pile because I won't be using it. I might actually keep it, but I just know myself. I'm going to reach for the more expensive products because I paid for them. I might as well use them. But this is a really great product, and you know, can't beat it for that price. And then this is from Revolution. This is the Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Concealer. And then this is the shade Deep Caramel. So again, this is meant to be a concealer. It is not meant to be a contour or a bronzer, but look at that shade, and it goes on really creamy. So again, this is, I think, a beautiful bronzer shade. It even could be a contour shade. It's got a really pretty color, blends out beautifully. So these are easier to find too. So I think these are really great. I, again, am going to declutter them. However, if you're looking for an inexpensive, and this applicator is actually a little bit better, but I think this is a really great product as well. And before we do our final tally, I'm going to take a look at the two that I had in the declutter pile. This is the one from Merit, really pretty. It's very balmy though. And then this is the one from Illamasqua. I can never pronounce that. Really great. I really like this one. It's a gel. And this one dries down really nice. This one does not dry down as nice, and it is balmy. So I have decided, looking at my collection, I think I'm going to declutter both. I love this one, but I just never use it on camera because it's just not available easily in the States. I'm not even sure if it's still on sale. So I am going to declutter this one, and I am going to declutter the Merit. As much as I like the Merit, it just is a little balmy, and it's got a beautiful finish, but I just never reach for it. And I'm looking at, I kept a lot of cream, even though I had more liquid. I did declutter a lot more of the liquid bronzer and contours, so I am going to declutter both of these. Okay, so here we have, this is my declutter pile. This is my keep pile. I am actually really pleased. And the one thing I can see as I look at this is that I definitely prefer cream bronzer over the liquid. I'm only keeping 3 liquids. 2 of these are the Sculpt tape and then the Moira. Now I am decluttering the 2 from Charlotte Tilbury, but that's just because they are expired. But when I come down to it, I will probably repurchase the Fairlight, like I mentioned, but I do really like the Sculpt tape, so I may not. I don't know. Obviously, I love Charlotte Tilbury, but I do, and I love the Moira. The Moira is so good as far as a liquid. Like, I will reach for this. This might be my favorite liquid contour. So I have 28 in the declutter pile and 15 in the keep pile. So I am really thrilled. Again, you can tell I like the cream products, but I think I have a good variety of products. There's only a couple that I have multiple of a shade in the same formula. So I'm pleased with this. I am pleased with this. And again, some of these you might see in a future video because I would be working on a couple videos and then decluttering them after, but this will be my declutter. So I'm getting rid of 28 and keeping 15. So next video up will be my powder bronzers. It's going to be a lot less, a lot shorter. I think I have 15 or 16 total, so it's going to be a lot shorter. Yeah, this was a lot, and I'm really happy. Kind of wish I could have gotten on to a little bit more, but I am happy with this amount. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.